And she's mixing. Just kind of doing what she's got to do.
So we didn't want to go with this dark steel gray because it's going to be too light. If you open this up, you'll see it's not as dark as what the bottle's showing. So we ended up just putting a little bit of black in there. So I think this will be better for the outlines. But we're going to test it just to make sure on a little spot.
So, yeah. Fun with painting.
Just don't want to get it on the carpet. Okay, like a weird
Random hair in there.
It's like a really long hair.
Ah.
I don't know. Weird. Okay, so just get in there.
You know, the suit can take the weight, right? So I take the tank, fly it right up to the general's palace, drop it at his feet. I'm like, boom, you looking for this?
I think the wrinkles on this coat kind of make it
Boom.
better too, because then you get a little bit of texture.
Totally. Totally.
War Machine story.
Okay, this is very good then.
And you can't really mess this up because you're not gonna
So,
be seeing every little detail on this jacket.
Yeah. Totally. Basically, you just go over it really quick and then. Because I think even with the, like you said, the texture and the way it is, just a little bit would even work, and then
Yeah.
the shine, the shimmer from lighting will help.
The main thing too is you gotta think of it as a drawing. So obviously this line would be drawn whenever you're doing a comic book. So you want to go over that line thick enough so that people can see that it's an actual line.
I'm not actually sorry.
And then we're going to put a nice little bush right over there in the corner.
It's a happy little tree.
Your world. Your world.
And then also on this material, you don't have to water down the paint at all because it's going on pretty smoothly. On my jacket, since it's a canvasy, cottony material, you have to water it down a little bit in order to get a smooth blend too. So we're just gonna continue to outline some stuff. Wee outlines.
Outline. Who likes to outline? Me.
Stop trying to scare us.
And yes, that is Age of Ultron in the background.
And yes, that was Stan Lee's cameo.
Drunken Stanley.
How a nice girl like you wind up working in a dope like this?
So the one thing I'm concerned about are these zippers. So we're gonna actually try to go over those without messing up the zipper, being able to actually work still.
I don't think it's too much of a problem when wearing this jacket for
Still.
such causes.
I like functional stuff, so we'll try and make it work.
All my friends are fighters.
Do you have a thinner brush too?
And here
I
comes the
should have a thinner.
spends his life avoiding a fight because he knows he'll win.
And again, don't worry if you make a mistake. I don't think you can really make a mistake on this stuff.
Yeah, especially with it being all artsy and drawn looking, I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem.
Run with it, right?
You want it to look rough and edgy, kind of, seeing as how.
Not a damn thing.
And don't forget, you also have to do the backs of these. So you're not done whenever the front is done. You gotta make sure that you get the back done.
What is?
You and Romano.
No, we haven't. That wasn't.
It's okay. Nobody's breaking any bylaws. It's just she's not the most open person in the world. But with you, she seems very relaxed.
No, Natasha, she likes to flirt.
I've seen her flirt. Up close.
Also, with edges like this, you don't have to go around perfectly
As maybe the world leading.
because you want to make it look like it's drawn. So you can leave a couple gaps open too.
try because when they draw stuff, they don't always do all the detail. Somehow.
No, it's much more than that. Whosoever be he worthy shall have the power. Whatever, man, it's a trick.
Well, please be my guest.
And if I were you guys, I would download some images from the actual comic book, or if you have the comic books, open them up. Try and find some zombies. You'll notice that a lot of the stuff is just black and white, which is totally fine, but obviously since we're grayscale, you want to incorporate the gray as well. But you'll get some ideas of how to kind of rough up your fabrics and whatnot.
Right, so
to make it
if I
look
lift it,
kind of cooler.
then rule Asgard?
Yes, of course.
I will be reinstituting Prima Nocta.
Little highlight. Whee.
Be right back. Are you on my team?
Just represent, Paul.
All right, let's go.
See, so totally messy. All good. Okay, that's a pocket. Yay.
Yay, pocket done.
Finish up here, so then I'm gonna go into the creases. And you can make up a couple too, just to give it a little bit more visual texture.
Oh, no, that's not a question I need answered.
All deference to the man who wouldn't be king, but it's rigged.
You bet your ass.
Steve, you said a bad language word.
Do you tell everyone about the Hados imprint, right? Like a security code? Whosoever is carrying Thor's fingerprint is, I think, the literal translation.
Yes, well, that's a very, very interesting theory. I have a simpler one. You're all not worthy.
Joe, do you think that Captain America could actually pick up the hammer?
I think he could.
Why don't you think he actually did it though?
I think he did it the way he did it because he didn't want to embarrass Thor or show Thor up.
Okay.
Because you could totally tell that Thor's like, oh crap. And I think Captain America knew that he was going to do it. And he's like, nope.
Never mind. He's got enough responsibility.
Dreams had to kill the other guy. He was a good guy.
You killed someone?
Wouldn't have been my first call. But
Poor
down
Jarvis.
in the real world, we're
Spoiler
facing
alert.
choices.
Who sent you?
I see a suit of armor around the world. Ultron in the flesh. Or no, not yet. Not this Christmas. But I'm ready. I'm on a mission.
What mission?
Peace in our time.
Well, the paint's really going on quite easy on this fabric, as you can tell. It's just pretty simple.
Yeah, like I said, this isn't watered down. If you do it on a cotton or a canvas, you kind of have to work it in if you do need to get more highlights, because otherwise it's going to look kind of weird, maybe like that. More blotchy. So.
Don't turn around.
Work with it. It's all good.
And don't worry about time frame. Just doing this doesn't take too long. Just really quick. Paint usually dries pretty fast. I've noticed that with the kind of paint you buy. So
Yeah, and make sure you do get the multi-surface, like we said. You can get this at Michael's or Hobby Lobby, don't forget. Because then you can paint on anything. You can paint on fabric, wood, metal, yada yada yada. Because then if you add stuff to your costumes or whatever, you know that it's going to be the same color. So yeah, anywhere that you have any stitching, you want to go over it a little bit to enhance that as well.
Mean well. You just didn't think it through. You want to protect the world, but you don't want it to change.
And
How Once humanity
Whenever I had this on Joe, we had a lot of light on the top. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Yeah,
A
there
little
is.
light on the top of the shoulders, so maybe add a little bit more of a highlight there.
the Avengers' extinction. I had strings, but now I'm free.
This part always creeps me out.
Yeah. I like how in there they throw in the actual Pinocchio singing it. Huh.
That's what makes it creepier.
All our work is gone. Ultron cleared out. We used the internet as an escape hatch.
It's been in everything. Files, surveillance.
Oh, for weapons, weren't we supposed to like take a picture of them and send them to her?
He's in the
Yeah,
internet.
I mean the zombies won't have
If he
weapons.
decides
Yeah.
to access something a little more,
Because I just remember that for my weapon.
look, we need to make some calls, assuming we still can.
Because I opened it up today
Said
and
he
it looks
wanted us
pretty
dead.
He didn't
sick.
say dead. He said
It's more of an Abraham weapon, the AK-47.
Anyone else in
Can't
the
wait to
building?
see it.
Yes, there was.
I'm gonna have to paint that up too. Next week we got what, the walkthrough?
Yep.
Next Saturday.
Okay. So you can also
Jarvis was the first
blend stuff in too if you don't like how the edges are. Whatever.
Ultron could assimilate Jarvis. This
We
is
wanted to
strategy.
add white.
This is
On this, I would go super minimal. Maybe on top of some of the areas that we've highlighted with the gray.
I have more than enough words to describe your style.
Core,
Ooh, hot pink.
Legionnaire.
Yeah, pink. That pink is pretty.
Trail went cold
So,
about 3 miles out, headed north.
let's see.
And
So,
has the scepter.
the areas that I've
Now we
already
have to retreat
painted.
again.
The genie's out of that bottle. Clear and present is Ultron.
I don't understand. You built this program.
And as you can see, there's just different paintbrushes you should maybe try and use for finer detailing if you want to go that
You think
extreme with the details.
No,
Um,
there's probably
mainly for the seams, you kind of want to use a thicker brush to get the seams. It'd be easier, a little faster depending on the fabric that you get. And then with everything else,
I'm sorry.
you can use like minimum, medium-sized brush heads. There's tiny brush heads that, like I said, depending on the clothing, fabric,
You just
material, all that jazz. So, yeah.
We didn't.
I'm kind of liking how the white goes on top of this gray. So maybe you just go.
And you did it right.
Maybe that's what we'll do the entire
The
jacket.
Avengers were supposed to be different than she.
Kind of makes it pop a little bit more.
When they
Yeah.
created a nuclear wormhole? No.
And
I think
again,
it.
sorry, go
I
ahead.
think it works too, just because
Hostile
of the
alien
way
army
this
in
jacket
charge
is
of
all
the
black.
whole
It's
space.
dark. You want to make it
Let's
pop
see
a
the
little
300
bit,
feet below it.
make it look a little more drawn, give the highlights.
We're the Avengers.
So,
We can bust arms dealers all the
And it's okay if you guys show brush strokes because it makes it more painterly, more,
How are
drawn.
you guys planning on beating them? Together.
Probably getting gray in here, but whatever, it's all good.
We'll lose. And we'll do that together too. Thor's right. Ultron's calling us out.
yeah,
I'd like to find him before he's ready for it.
Have to reposition.
The world's a big place. Start making it small.
There's a better look at the artwork, the paint. So as you can see, all the details, the way things look, with the black, the dark gray, and then the white going in on top of it, gives it more of that detailed, highlighted sheen. And with the material used for the jacket, it's actually looking really well with working really well with the paints.
Oops, you didn't see that.
That's alright. That's okay. This carpet's seen enough enough stains. One more ain't gonna make a difference.
Oh, I'm sure they do. But you needed something more than a man. That's why you let Stark take the scepter.
Didn't expect. But I saw Stark's fear. I knew it would control him.
make him self-destruct.
And again, you want to hit all the seams, anything that's been sewn. You want to make sure you get with the black, gray, white, mixed, whatever, depending on, like you said, the color, how your fabric looks.
Children designed to supplant them, to help them.
And sometimes the material will help you.
Is that where you've come?
Look at this, it's kind of cool.
When the Avengers.
It's kind of giving me the painted look. Because it's not hitting every little nook.
Yeah. That's another thing, you guys don't have to hit every nook and cranny on this, as long as, because even that'll give it that broken up, painted, penciled look. Especially if you look at the comic books for reference, you'll notice that a lot of the artwork is rough and etchy, and it's not clean and crisp like you'd see in a Marvel comic. So any type of way would work.
I take it out and look at it
So
every day.
You lost your parents in the bombings.
Just trying to get this a little bit less gold.
yeah.
Please.
And again, multi-surface. Woohoo!
We're 10 years old. Having dinner
It'll
before
stay on the metal.
When the first shell hits 2 floors below, it makes a hole in the floor. It's big. Our parents go in. The whole building starts coming apart. We grab her, roll under the bed, and the second shell hits.
Probably add a little bit of white to that too.
Yeah, we're gonna let
That
it
looks
dry.
really good though. Like,
Yay!
with the popping of the white. I think even putting white on there in certain spots without this would work.
So you could also kind of do stuff like that too, scuff it up in there. Give you a little bit of a variance of color if you want it.
Shift in the bricks, I think. This will settle
Like half of my jacket was done that way. So I would put paint on here, rub it in, because I didn't like the yellow. But again, to each his own, doesn't have to be perfect. If I put more color on here, like I said, I would put more of the highlights. So again, it's just layering. I go very gentle with the white on this, just because it's mainly gray.
The force of the metal man or men coming in and emptying the place.
Fatalities?
Only when engaged. Most of the guys left.
Well, we have full faith in all of you who participate that you'll make this look excellent.
Yeah, we're excited to have you guys on too, on board. You know, I think it's gonna be fun. We actually have a walkthrough going next weekend if you guys are available. I believe, what time did we say? Saturday at 2 or noon.
I think it was noon. I think Saturday at noon.
In Elgin. So if you guys are free, let me know. I can send you more information on that when I have it.
This is a smoke screen. Why send a message when you're just going to speak?
Smucker knew something that Ultron wanted us to miss.
I bet he...
So it's kind of making it pop a little bit more.
Not everything.
I don't have a lot of white in mine, so I'm not going to go too much.
Strucker had a lot of friends.
Yeah. That's another thing, if you're knowing you guys are all going to be zombies, so technically it's not really going to matter how much white or black you put in, as long as you make it look like it. Blend it in, highlight it. But like I said, we have full faith in all you guys.
And if you guys have any questions about how to do something when you're doing it, send me a Facebook message, send me a text message, whatever. I'll be around, and I can kind of talk you through it, talk you off the ledge. Seriously, there's no way to mess this up.
I don't follow. What comes out of Wakanda?
Yeah, like even if you guys think you messed it up, you probably didn't. Because, like Jenny said, there really is no way to mess up painting.
Also, go big. you know, small, teeny tiny brush strokes aren't going to show in pictures anyways. So if you want it to be seen, then make sure that you go big with your brush strokes. So, cool. Anything else, Joe?
No, I think that should about do it. Again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask any of us. But like Jenny said, basically, depending on the fabric, material of the clothing you get, you'll probably have to maybe bleach it, dye it, big brush strokes to make it look decent, pop it. Again, there is going to be no way to mess this up because it's going to look rough, artsy, etchy. So, you guys have fun. Good luck. And rock on. Yeah, it was lame.
Oh, God.
Alright. Happy hunting, happy painting.